Aloha, everyone. Aloha, everyone. Welcome to our self and community care practice in the Love, Peace, and Harmony field. My name is Laurie, and happy to be with all of you today. And today we will be continuing on our series into the 5 C's that we'll talk about a bit more. And we'll start with our check in. And today's focus will be kindness connects us. It is like a follow-up on the compassion component as well as the connection component that we had the 2 previous weeks prior. And we'll do our usual or a similar practice in the love, peace, and harmony field, and then talk about some next steps. So let's take this time to check in. Again, part of self and community care is awareness. And you want to really notice where you are in any moment. So take this time to close your eyes if it feels comfortable to do so. And allow yourself to notice your thoughts. Are they positive? Are they more on the negative side? Neutral? Just where are you with your thoughts today? Are they racing? Are you feeling tired? Cognitively, less processing? Noticing your emotions. How have your emotions been during this past week? And we want to just notice it without judgment, okay? And with kindness and compassion. This way, we're able to go deeper and face all parts of ourselves sincerely. Also, take this time to notice your bodily symptoms and your sensations. Noticing how your body feels. And also taking this time, reflecting on your past actions and behaviors. And I know sometimes when things come up in life, unexpected things can shift in any of these areas. So even for me, as things got busier, I've noticed actions and behaviors shifting. Maybe my usual self-care routine with the regular exercise and other practices have been affected. So these are important to notice. And you want to notice it without judgment, but with love and compassion to get ourselves back on track, to get ourselves in that balance space. And we're going to think about doing it with the 5 C's. And just for those of you who are kind of newer, haven't been with us for our past few sessions, we've been shifting the focus on, well, it's similar. We used to call this self-care and service practices in the love, peace, and harmony field. And I've come across the term of community care. So self-care and community care, which is very similar. But this is also where that we can take care of ourselves. And I really loved the concept of this, okay? So we will be using self-care and community care. And one of the things that they've talked about, like the more community healing care is the 5 C's, which is compassion, connection, that we've did a bit in the past 2 weeks. And then also about community, curiosity, and ceremony. And this is a model developed by Dr. Dimena Teef from the University of Alaska. And you can probably see more of her work. There've been a lot of various workshops that has been around, especially in the mental health field, sharing her models and her work. So for people who are interested in that, you can look her up. And today I thought, as I was researching a bit more, I wanted to focus a bit more about kindness. And the research on kindness is that acts of kindness can really support our well-being by strengthening our sense of connection, belonging, and purpose. And they've had various studies, and one of them mentioned about with older adults, it has been found that providing support to friends and family was associated with greater well-being. And this was in comparison with kindness to ourselves, which is still good, but the highest benefit was support to people that, like people that we were able to contact with. This was also, I think they had another group that, had like a general kindness and compassion to like the world. And of course, all of these can be wonderful, but that personalized connection, it seems to have a significant benefit. They've also had a large community study that found that small acts of kindness could help reduce loneliness and social isolation while strengthening neighborhood relationships. And so, really, kindness can really benefit, yes, the person receiving it, but it also strengthens and it has much more significance for the well being and connection of the person giving it. So, we offering kindness actually is a great benefit and can be a wonderful self and community care practice. Okay, so let's talk about this kindness can bring us closer because we're talking about connection. We're leading into the topic about community for next time. And a lot of times, the greatest gift that we can give others as well as ourselves is just that sense of kindness, knowing that we see someone, we care about them, that we matter. A lot of times in parenting things, they talk about like the 4 S's, right? You need to see the person, right? Make them, well, first, make them safe. So in our practices, we always do this safety self-care. We have to let them know that they're seen. And then if they need regulation or need support, we can soothe them. And that really provides that sense of stability. So going on that, this, parenting model, this kindness really allows people to be seen, that someone cares about them. So I want us to really think about what we can do over the next course of this week, how we can connect, right? Bring that sense of community, which is also part of our self-care because we feel good doing it. And it actually shows in our physiology, right? So we can either call or send a message, like text, to someone that you've been thinking about. You can listen to someone with their full attention without immediately trying to solve the problem, but just letting them know that you care, you empathize, demonstrating compassion. You can reach out to show appreciation, thanking someone, letting them know that specifically why you appreciate them. These random acts, like, it's really nice, like, oh, I'm just thinking about you. It just makes others feel great, wonderful. But that act of doing does something to us, right? We can offer practical support, ask if there's something we can do. We can also do it just like as we go out, they talk about like just opening the door for someone, saying hi, helping someone, pick up their things. Just as acts that many of us might normally do naturally, which is great. But having the awareness can allow us to even be more conscious of it, doing more. There was one about, paying where someone paid for the person behind them and it kind of went down 11 rounds or something like that, or 11 hours. But it was really a wonderful, and so it kind of shows how this one act can expand outward, passing them along. So today's reflection and action step can be, what is one small act of kindness I can offer that might also strengthen my connection with someone? Because connection is really key in a lot of things. I've been looking in a lot of neuroscience with mature adults, and that's one of a really important key for you know, uh, preventing dementia symptoms, memory loss and things like that. So again, that sense of connection, sociability, uh, can be very valuable. So we're going to do a practice today in the love, peace, and harmony field. And for those of you who have done this before, thank you for joining. And this is a field made out of calligraphy, carrying the messages of love, peace, and harmony. We also hope to play the Love, Peace, and Harmony song. These are resources from the Love, Peace, and Harmony Foundation, which really has as its vision to really spread and radiate this message of love, peace, and harmony worldwide, which is like acts of kindness, compassion, connection. And we believe that everything has its own vibratory field. And each of our vibrational fields are connected in the quantum field of the collective, which then makes sense why our self-care and community care are one, right? If we do for others, we're also doing for ourselves. If we're doing for ourselves, it can also support the global or more around us. And when we align with the vibrations of love, peace, and harmony, we can not only uplift our lives, but we can support the uplifting of the world. So in this field, we have this opportunity to do our self and community care and enhance these positive messages. And we're going to focus on these messages of enhancing kindness and the sense of connection and community. So let's start by going into our safe space. Welcome those who join us. And let's take this time to just relax. Again, if it's comfortable to do so, you can close your eyes and think about your safe space, your own sanctuary, something in your mind that you can get to at any time. And one of the things that we are working on is that your body has the opportunity to feel it. So you're visualizing it with your mind's eye or creative visualization, and that then starts to impact your body, where your body starts to relax, knowing that you are safe, you are unconditionally loved, protected, and supported. I'm hoping, even for some of you, that you can think of the love, peace, and harmony feel that we do every week and provide this sense of safety, security. Imagine this energetic field full of love and light. You could be carrying different colors of your choosing, such as rainbow light, golden light, purple light, white light, crystal light. It really indicates that you're safe, that you're unconditionally loved, protected, and supported. And I would like you, as we talk about, bring to mind someone, whether a family member, a friend, a neighbor, community, and also for those of us on the line, we can provide our own sense of community. We've been, those who are live on Zoom, you've been here regularly, weekly. You can note who's here. We can also give our love. And again, as we continue to kind of share and build this sense of a community, you can really, again, this is to benefit each other, right, and ourselves. So feel free to also write in the chat, check in, or let us know how we are doing. So if you don't, so we can do this for each other. We have a few people on the line. I'm going to hold you into my heart, and also a family member and that I have thought about that, may not be doing well physically. So think about them and imagine we're going to invite them into the love, peace, and harmony field. Imagine that they're with us, they're enjoying and appreciating this higher frequency vibration and light of love that melts out blockages, helps to heal and transform. Peace, bring that peace into their hearts, and harmony, allowing to bring harmony within your own being, your systems, your organs, your cells. When they communicate healthily and in harmony, we can have good health. Harmony within a group, whether it's your family, your friends, your work situation, colleagues, neighbors, bringing that positive message, frequency, and vibration. And of course, it all starts from ourselves. Maybe there's something that we were judging ourselves for or not happy with ourselves, like, I should have done something, or why did I say that? Or, as we are going through different experiences, sometimes we may not say very kind things to ourselves. So we do want to notice that. So again, we are practicing self-kindness and compassion, but today's focus is also extending that to others and thinking of something kind and compassionate that you can do for others. So maybe you're thinking about someone, and that's wonderful to have a good thought and wondering how they're doing, but taking that extra step to make that connection, right? Whether it is a phone call, a text, reaching out. Maybe it could be going like just, to your supermarket and saying a nice words to the, person in the line or the cashier or the security that's there. There's so many opportunities to practice kindness. I remember being impressed by a bus driver when I was on the mainland, and he was just so friendly and like greet everyone, so friendly. It's like, and I can see like what a great service. Like everyone who comes on the bus and you're greeted with this positive energy, he can like make so many people's day. I mean, so many people can shift, right? I also remember the LA airport, this security person, and he's like kind of dancing as he's guiding people to the different lines. And people who are in the rush, stop to just smile and kind of, like appreciate his vibe. Because before that, we go through this kind of stressful, uh, you know, security checkpoint. And so, yeah, I had these moments I still remember to this day. So, being able to just kind of pass that along. And even thinking about wonderful stories of kindness can be a great thing for our own brain, inspire us, and we can also receive the benefits of seeing others' acts of kindness. There's actually a show on Netflix. I forget what it was called, but the kindness, and he just relied on the kindness of others to kind of travel around the world. So it's very inspiring stories. And then he would also give acts of kindness back to those who served him, but they didn't expect it. So it's very beautiful. So just allow yourself to relax, receive, think about, and as you think about how you would like to express, or even you might remember your own acts of kindness, and notice how that made you feel. Even if they, didn't say anything that, oh, I'm so happy I could do something. No expectation of return. And now think about how you're exhibiting kindness by calling in those that you know, inviting their souls in to receive this beautiful love and light, messages of love, peace, and harmony. All of us also giving love to those online as well as those that you've called in. So we're like a family, a community, supporting each other. Just think like, oh, thank you. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve together, to all of you for joining regularly and adding to this frequency, vibration, and message of love, peace, and harmony. Committing to your own well-being, which then serves others, as well as to those around us. Great. And let's see if we can just have us meditate in the love, peace, and harmony field, feeling that frequency is a message, and imagining all of your loved ones or those that you've called in, just absorbing these positive messages of love, peace, and harmony. Okay. Wonderful. So just check in to see how you're feeling after just connecting with the field and connecting to that message of kindness that we are working on today. And we'd love to, if anyone wants to share any feedback, that would be wonderful. You can either write in the chat or unmute, and any insights that came up. So for today, actually for myself, just focusing on kindness and how I could put a bit more effort into having others feel seen and heard, whether it's a stranger that you meet, it's like a warm feeling that's kind of radiating outward. And I could feel how that benefits, ourselves as well, because we're just radiating this compassionate and kind love and light. And that naturally seems to relax ourselves, make us feel happier and joyous. And that's why I can understand why the research on that topic is, very positive. As you actually do more acts of kindness towards others, we actually receive much benefit. I mean, especially when it's just done without expectation. So even though we know the wisdom, we don't have to feel selfish like we're doing it for ourselves, but we can just feel grateful that we know that there's so much positive benefits from that. But we are being kind for kindness sake. So wonderful. So, and maybe if, as we're waiting for if anyone has anything to share, we'll talk about some next steps. So again, many of our previous works has been from the Stress Prescription book and the Love, Peace, and Harmony Foundation with the calligraphies and the music, wonderful resources on their website. And then I thought this might be an interesting resource for those who are interested about healing through helping, about like these acts of kindness. There was an article, an experimental investigation of kindness, social activities, and reappraisal as well-being interventions. And it's by Daniel Craig and Jennifer Chevins. Oh, I believe that's how you pronounce. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I think this is a study that they published in 2023, or maybe the original came out 22 and then published in 23. But it's just a few years old. But that could be something that you could Google and get some summary of. Might have some helpful information. And again, in continuing our wellness journey, which is with the self and community care, we have more love, peace, and harmony meditations and Tao wellness practices on our YouTube channel. We don't upload the new ones, but we do have some that was created in the past. To join the new ones, you can go to our Satori Family Wellness Center.com to join the Zoom live. And if we also have our free wellness evenings with Tao Calligraphy on Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Hawaii time. So after work or just before bedtime, you can come join us and you get an opportunity to be with the next level Tao Calligraphy field with positive messages that can continue your self-care, your community care wellness journey. And of course, for those of you who are, especially if you are new, but even if you're returning students and are in need of some support, we'll be happy to assist you. Because as you know, even though I am a psychologist by profession, we are just sharing information for general educational purposes, and this is not to replace any medical or psychological treatment, etc. So please do contact your own healthcare and mental health care providers if you need more assistance. And for those of us wanting to continue on our service journey, this community care concept, we have this QR code and website that you can go to the Love, Peace, Harmony Foundation to see other things that they're working on, to give donations, to support the programs that they already have, and more. Again, thank you for joining. As we know, self-care, community care, it is service. We increase our self-care, community care, to increase the quality of our service. So we do still talk about service here. Many of us are wonderful servants and feel like, purpose of life is to serve. So I appreciate all of your service for just being here today. Thank you, Akar, for sharing. She said, thank you. Very nice message today. Healing and inspiring as usual. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And I'd love to say our goodbyes personally. So we thank all those who may be on our live stream. Thank you for joining us. Aloha. And those who may be watching on YouTube, thank you for joining and watching.